Okay, so I just have a question for you today. If removing negative accounts from your credit report, collections, charge offs, repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, judgments, late payments, is as simple as copy and paste your information to a letter that's already been sent out, then why do we have all of these dispute letter tactics, right? Credit bureau tactics, collector tactics, creditor tactics. And that's not even including all the complaints that we haven't even gone over yet, right? If it's as simple as copying and paste assembly line one size fits all dispute letter tactics, then why do we have all of these methods? Take a look at the screen. Look at this. We have page one, we have page two, and then we have page three. Well, the answer to this is that you shouldn't just be putting all of your eggs in one basket and sending out a dispute letter that has been sent out and been received by millions of consumers before. Don't you think that the bureaus automatically send out their own template back to you when you send out a letter that has already been received before? Don't you know that the dispute letter process is open, read, template, yes, automatically verified without an investigation. Template, no? Okay, let's process this dispute. So, when you are just copying and pasting your information to any dispute letter, guess what? You are giving up your investigation. It is going to come back as verified as accurate without anything else. And now you are back to square one. So, what do? Well, as I just said, we have three different pages of dispute letter tactics, and I have videos that cover a crap load of this because if you don't do it the right way, you are not going to remove your negative items. This is something that is so difficult. That's why there's no laws against people who like serial screw up their credit and do it all over again because it doesn't happen, right? If it were like that, then they would make laws. They would do things that would ban stuff like this, right? And because that doesn't exist, it tells you something, right? There's laws against CPNs, there's laws against this, there's laws against that, identity theft and all that kind of crap. But are there laws against people who go and multiple times screw up their credit and do it all over again, get more credit, blah, blah, blah? No, there are not. So, how do you remove these things? How do you remove your collections? How do you remove your charge offs? Well, it is not easy. It is not easy. And unless you learn these things, your negative items are not going to come off up till the statute of limitations. So, what do? Well, you either learn to do these the right way or you go to someone that is going to either A, know how to do these things, or B, know how to remove the negative items legally and permanently. Okay, let me just give you an example. So we have a factual follow-up tactic, and this is going to be page 85 inside my course on tactics, right? So here's the deal. I have a video that breaks this down. Let's talk about indirect dispute tactics. Do I have videos on this? Yes, I do. Okay. So another thing is if you are with a company that is just sending out dispute letters on your behalf or not showing you what they're doing, they're obviously sending out dispute letter templates. And guess what? They're not doing what's in you, the consumer, your best interest. Why? Because it is minimal investment into you, the consumer, and maximum profit into their pocket, right? So you have to really ask yourself a question. Is this company writing out factual dispute letters? Are they actually going line by line on my credit report and determining why these accounts need to come off? Or are they sending out the same letter for me that they're sending out for Jane and John and Sue and Sally and all of these other fake names? Okay. So if the answer to that is yes, you need to get out of that program. Because remember, there's very specific things that you need to find out about the company that you're with. Do you give me dispute letter copies? No. Get out of that program. You need to see the stuff that is going out on your behalf, okay? Are they using dispute letter templates? Yes, get out of that program. Why? Because it is not in your best interest and these negative items are going to come off. And then when you do want my help, I'm not going to be able to help you because you went to company A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, or you spent 2 years disputing these negative items when if we had just done it the right way from the beginning, guess what? They would have come off. You would have leveraged yourself for results. But when you are not using these dispute letter tactics and you are not doing what's in your best interest, okay, because this is all about being beneficial to you, then honey, you're not going to get those results and you're just going to be on this hamster wheel forever, okay? So you have a couple things that you need to look at. Oh, and there's a couple other ones. Are they disputing all of your accounts at the same time? No? Well, guess what? You shouldn't be in that program. Have you been disputing for longer than 12 months? Guess what? You shouldn't be in that program. Are they not disputing all three bureaus at the same time? Guess what? Same thing. Get out of that program. Okay. I have 628 public videos that break this entire thing down. But obviously, if you want to see if I can do it for you, use the link at the top of the screen and go schedule a call with me, because people could say whatever they want. People could say whatever they want, right? I mean, obviously people have opinions, right? Just the same as I do and just the same as you do. People can say whatever they want, but the proof is in the numbers. Go back through my videos. I know what I'm talking about. I get the results, and I'm the only one that is explaining this stuff to you and that's telling you the real deal, because there is no 45-day process. There is no 30-day process. And if you are making yourself believe these things, then it's going to be the same things I've already mentioned, that you're not going to remove your charge-offs. You're going to have to wait 7.5 years after the date last paid. Do you really want to do that? No? Well, then you need to do it the right way. Either A, by learning, or B, by getting the right help, okay? So we have a ton of dispute letter tactics for the creditors, the credit bureaus, and the collectors, okay? And this doesn't even include all of them. All I did was compile a couple of them, and I went over maybe 15% of these in my mastermind dispute letter tactics broadcast that I put out. All right. So you have a couple of things that you really need to think about, but one of them is, do I want to be financially free? If the answer to that is yes, then you also have some things that you need to think about after that. Am I with the right company? Do I actually get to see the copies of the disputes? Are they disputing all the negative items? Are they using identity theft? If you are not a victim of identity theft, you have absolutely no place having your negative items disputed as such. And guess what? It's not the cops that come knocking at the business's door. They come knocking at your door. That's a year for perjury for the affidavit, and that's 6 months for fraud for, just saying that you're a victim when you're not. Okay? So a couple of things to think about here. Okay? So if you want to learn how to do this the right way, again, I have hundreds of videos that break this down. You need to take the time to invest in yourself to learn how to do this. This is not where you just go find a letter and just dispute however you think that you should be disputing. Because if it were as simple as doing that, don't you just think about it. Just think about it, right? You and I, both grown-ass adults here, just think about it. If it were as simple as doing that, don't you think that lenders would maybe use something other than your credit report to determine your eligibility and suitability for their credit or money or program or, whatever? Maybe they would go off of how much money is in your bank account. Maybe they would go off of, your referrals. Maybe they would go off of your employment history. Maybe they would go off of your criminal record, right? Hello? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. I don't care who you are. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody has the right to judge anybody for anything, especially if you have negative items on your credit report, okay? Because that obviously says that at some point you robbed creditors and, merchants and service providers and all of that, okay? But there is a way to move forward and move forward the right way. Now, if you got your panties twisted in a bunch because I said that, then hey, my channel is not for you. There's probably other channels where they will say things that you like, but this is a channel where I tell you the things that you need to hear, because hello, my subscribers, my community actually moves forward and gets these negative items off, okay? So anyways, moving back to this, I am going to post a couple of links down in the description that'll help you do it yourself, right? Credit repair, credit sweep, do it yourself, all right? But if you want to see, again, if I can do this for you, these are some of the tactics that I personally use for my clients in addition to Metro 2, in addition to factual-based disputes, okay? So anyways, a couple of them would be mortgage late pay wish list method, multi-letter shuffle, multiple disputes per item, nervous Nelly, no record, no reporting, emission technique, pay and pray approach, pay for deletion, repeat offense tactic, repo 2-year 2-step, the SOL tactic, squeaky wheel method, attorney general method, and then there's a bunch of other things like the KO technique, proof of contract, and stuff like that. But there's a very specific way that we do this. We are not utilizing Section 609 because Section 609 has nothing to do with your right to get contracts and applications. No, it has to do with your right to actually get a copy of your credit report. Okay, so this is the importance behind understanding what laws mean and how to use them, because otherwise, when the bureaus go and they open up your dispute letter, they're just like, Bob, you got another one of these letters? Yeah, I have the same letter. Okay, well, we're going to put it in this pile and it's going to be automatically, investigated. Oh, we got another automatic investigation here. So, anyways, resources are down in the description. Link is at the top of the screen. Either way, I can help you remove your negative items the right way, but it's going to take a little bit of investment into yourself, okay? So when you are ready to move forward, check out those resources or use the link at the top of your screen. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you later, and that is it, my friend.